The friendship epidemic. Let me tell you my history on this. Growing up in the school system, playing sports, having friends, I was a typical kid in the 90s. It never dawned on me, even if somebody would have told me, hey, Steve, keep your friends close, even your family, keep people close because you're going to lose them. And that advice almost couldn't have been given without the other advice of, protect yourself against people that want to take advantage of you. It's a very difficult skill to do both, to have friends, but to also make sure that people don't take advantage of you. But that's the next video. That's another video. This video is purely about friendship, friends, how important it is. And I'll tell you my first experience of when I hit a brick wall with friendship and how, I don't know, I know in a sense, I almost kind of feel like I've been experiencing this for years. All right, let's get down to business. School, friends. Out of school, military, friends. Military, out of the military, and then that's when it happened. So when you're in the military, everyone kind of acts like one another, especially as they walk by. They teach you to acknowledge the person that you're walking with, to look at that person, see their rank, and to acknowledge that person. And then when I went to college, I remember this girl would walk by me. This girl walked by me in community college and didn't even look at me. And I'm looking at her like, hey, how's it going? Just trying to acknowledge her. And I thought that's what everyone did. Everyone no, she just was like. So that was my first, okay, what's going on? There's something going on here. And then, I made friends in the community college, but I still had believe it or not, I still had all my high school friends and I had all my military friends. And then I went into a 4-year university and I was 26 years old. Now, that is young, but I didn't feel it, especially because I remember I went to a party and one of the girls there was like, yeah, you're 26. It still pisses me off to today. Yeah, you're old. 26, ew. And I developed what do you want to call it, a stigma for being old. What I thought was old, right? What I should have realized is that she was an infant. You are an infant. Doesn't matter. But what kind of I noticed was that the age groups kept themselves. And they didn't want to associate with anybody older. No, I'm not 20. I'm not 30. And right now, if I were to go to college, I would I've thought about taking college classes now, a machining class or an engine rebuild class. And I guarantee if I get there, kids are going to be like, look at this old man. And I have a lot of advantages that they don't have: experience, money. But what I don't have is the ability to make a friendship with the younger people that pigeonhole themselves into the friendship group of their age group, okay? The reason I'm saying that isn't because I'm complaining about young people that don't want to be my friends, but this was my first experience with not having friends. And then I left college and I found another friend group that had to do with partying as I was living in Southern California. And that was it wasn't good. It was not good. I've probably lost years of my life, maybe a decade, because of my lifestyle with them. And But they were friends nonetheless. They were friends. They were human interaction. And then I ended up moving north, and I got married to my wife. We met, got married, and at this point, I had kind of began to settle into, yeah, I'm okay not having friends. But it still took a toll, and every time I would hang out with somebody, whether that be racing or projects, I would feel at first I felt it, but I didn't really acknowledge it. But now when I'm with somebody and we're barking orders at each other because we're throwing tools at each other and we're fixing the thing and I actually stop and go, this is good. This is really good. But when 20 years ago when that used to happen, I guess I didn't realize that this would go away. And I used to be ashamed. That's one thing. I used to be ashamed to talk about it. I don't have any friends. Right? But I'm becoming less and less ashamed because I realize how important it is. I was talking to my dad about it, and he's all, it's really important here in my retirement community. We keep friends. I'm like, actually, Dad, it is. And it is very important that you have friends even at this stage in life. And yeah, I would still like to make another video I would still like to make another video about protecting yourself when it comes to making friends and not picking the wrong ones, because people close to me, family members very close, have picked some very incorrect friends, people that use you, and stalkers even. But if you can find yourself a friend that, I don't go to the bar, but, if I were alive 200 years ago and I were to go to the pub and have a drink, even thinking about that just gives me a warm feeling of, oh, I'm with like-minded people laughing about whatever. But I don't necessarily have to. I've kind of become numb to it now. But I still want to have friends. I want to have people that are like-minded when it comes to all the racing stuff I want to do, video games, weightlifting. I had a really good workout partner in the UK, and now I'm back in America, and he was a younger guy. He was mid-20s, and what am I supposed to do now? Go put a Facebook post, hey, anybody in their mid-20s want to go work out with me? No, they'd look at me and be like, what are you weirdo? And that it's riding the knife's edge of being a weirdo. And, but when it's all said and done, when you're dead in your deathbed, when you're on your deathbed and you're thinking to yourself, was I a weirdo? Or did I have friends? So I would actually, this is a good topic to really brainstorm. Yep.